Every day, we rely upon complex interconnected systems to make modern life work. Let's take a look at traffic. Roads connect our homes, workplaces, and virtually all other destinations. When this works well, our roads deliver millions of people and products all over the globe. When these transportation routes become overburdened, we get traffic and gridlock. This is a common nuisance for many people, and it can have serious consequences to normal city functioning and to individual lives. But what makes some cities more prone to traffic than others? One explanation centers around a city's resilience, or its capacity to absorb and recover from disruptions within their road networks. The National Academy of Sciences defines resilience as the ability of a system to prepare and plan for, absorb, recover from, and more successfully adapt to adverse events. It works like this. This line represents the normal functionality of a system. For example, unencumbered traffic movement, an organism or community's baseline state of health, or even economic equilibrium. This line represents what is happening when things are going well and functioning normally. What defines a system's resilience is how effectively it can return to this level after a disruption, and how much it can adapt in preparation to such a disruption in the future. A disruptive event can be anything, be it a traffic accident, virus, or stock market crash. The ability of a system to absorb such a shock is one main aspect of resilience. The better a system's ability to absorb a disruption, the less total functionality will be lost. This section of the curve is the system absorbing an outside shock. In our traffic example, let's say an accident on a major street has caused severe gridlock. The damage could be minimized in various ways. A faster response from emergency personnel and more effective funneling of vehicles to alternative roads can make a difference, as can the overall layout of the affected streets. As you can see, some street layouts provide less room for diverting traffic and dealing with blockages, and are therefore more vulnerable to traffic delays. Once the disruption has been absorbed, the system then begins to recover. The rate of recovery will depend on many factors, including how much damage was mitigated during the absorption stage. The slope of this section represents the speed of recovery. A steeper slope here represents a faster recovery. In our traffic example, functionality would be recovered once all vehicles on the road are driving at optimal speeds once more. This area represents the total loss in functionality from the disturbance. The greater this area, the more total functionality was lost. Eventually, once the system has recovered to its baseline functionality, it will ideally enter a period of adaptation, during which it will leverage lessons learned from recent shocks and stresses. The system will use these lessons to grow past its previous functionality and become even more effective and resilient to similar disturbances in the future. The goal of resilience is to minimize a system's losses and adapt the system to a more resilient baseline than before. Examples of how traffic can be improved include adding new roads, improving signs, repaving roads, or other changes that would improve the capacity of road networks to handle the same or even greater volume of vehicles at a given time. Traffic is one of countless systems that face constant risk to their everyday functioning. A better understanding of resilience can help us create more resilient systems in the future.